Yo, what up, beaches? Yo, what up, beaches? What up? Let's do it. Oh. No bullshit.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles, testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1083 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because of course, when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on, my beaches? Thank you so much for joining me today. 1083. Thank you. Miyagi say, aye. Thank you for tuning in. Dairy swore. Aye. Welcome. Haha. What's going on, IG? We're live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, and the Twitch. And of course, you can subscribe to the podcast. Check it out at swolenormousx.com. Click on podcast in the main menu, and you can find out all the links. You could find all the links, find it out, check it out. Check it out, beesh. Check it out, beesh. Check it out. Check it out. What up, Melinda, Kenana, Chad, Jolene, Tyler, Bill, Kristen, Mark. What we got over here on IG? What up? What are you guys training today? What's good on the menu? What's on the schmenu Wednesday? I think today is just some mobility and some swolga for daddy because I am sore. I got nothing to go. You need to do mobility. I can't just go to the gym every day and just keep on crushing. I need at least one day off where I can, not go into that same place, unwind, do some mobility. If I go, I'm just going to lift some weights. I need some time off. I need to do something else. So foam rolling, I think, really good. Do some swolga, really good, and get that done. We got leg day today. Today is hump day. Oh, International Booty Day, International Peach Day. Yes. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got some action over there on the YouTubes. Remember, just another reminder for anyone that likes to watch stuff on YouTube. You can catch the live stream on Facebook, but you can also catch it on the Daily Swole podcast. That's my podcast page. I don't really promote that as much as I should. All I do is live stream, one and done. I don't, do anything else on that page. It's just for the Daily Swole podcast. So about 100 or 200 episodes ago, I started just streaming only there, separating it from my main page because the live streams were just gumming up the system. So I wanted to separate them. So you can check it out, Daily Swole Podcast on YouTube, and you can watch the live streams and subscribe and do all that stuff there. New video on my main YouTube channel. New video today. Check it out. Going crazy with the content over there on YouTube, just putting out so much stuff. It's delicious. And another thing that I wanted to remind you all of, the Nutrition Firestorm episode on the Swolenormous Audio Experience podcast. That one was great. How many of you checked that out? How many of you checked out the other podcast, the Swolenormous Audio Experience, and how many of you listened to the last episode? If you like this podcast, and I've been talking about the audio experience a lot more because I have to remember, there's so many things out there. I need to remind you of so many things, but I want to bring to your attention that way when you subscribe to it, you'll just get those notifications and you'll see it. And that way you don't have to remember. But I just want to let you know that there are 2 podcasts, and that one's very raw. If you like this, you'll love that one. If you like this, you'll love the audio experience. I've heard from some people they like it more. They like it more than the Daily Swole. It's very raw, it's straight to the point. I mean, these go a little bit longer. I like to keep these a little bit more in general. I mean, they're all sorts of lengths over there. That's what she said. But there's all sorts of lengths when it comes to the audio experience. So there's no holds barred. It's any kind of content I want. I'll rip the audio from some videos. I'll just leave you with some amazing little knowledge, a little bit of nuts, like some little chipmunk nuts on your chin over there. Maybe like a 5-minute podcast, maybe 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. But it's great. It's good shit. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And it's cool. It's cool. I love doing the podcast things. I love listening to podcasts too, because you can just listen to it anywhere. Oh, good, man. Good Lord. Hey, remember me, the one who got ran over by a crane? Yeah, I remember. I'm really curious how you actually got run over by a crane. Aren't those things slow? How'd you get run over by one? Or did you get hit by the arm? That's insane. I started doing yoga like you recommended, and it killed my ass. I will be signing as a member Friday. You're welcome to. Thanks for keeping me focused and building my body back. Good shit. I'm glad. Yoga is great. Yoga is great for maintaining your mobility, improving your mobility. Yoga is also great for coming back off an injury. And I'm not saying that yoga is corrective exercise, but yoga is zero impact unless you're doing some jumping fucking fancy yoga. But yoga is zero impact, and it's so good for alignment. And that's what most people don't understand about the physical practice of yoga. When you have an injury, for example, you are injuring usually one side of your body. You usually don't hurt both arms. And if you hurt both arms, they're going to be hurt a little bit differently. So if you hurt your right arm or your right shoulder or your left shoulder or your right knee, it's usually one side. So then your whole body is off kilter. Your body starts compensating and moving differently to get around that injury on that side. You'll twist differently. You'll lean differently. And then other muscles get tight and you get imbalanced. And then once that swelling goes down and that initial inflammation disappears, what happens? Now you're moving differently because you don't just go back to the way you were. Your body has kind of remapped, and now you're guarding one side, even though it doesn't have to be guarded. And then I'll tighten up other muscles and you'll have other things down the road. That's why people sometimes have these pains or this tightness or issues down the road. And they're like, oh, I don't know, out of nowhere, I'm just getting old age. No, it's probably from your 6 ankle sprains or sitting down at a desk for 30 years. It's not out of nowhere. You just don't recognize it because you're stuck in your little system and your little routine, and time flies, and before you know it, you have these chronic pains that you never knew existed. You don't know why, because you're not a kinesiology expert, and why should you be? You have your own passions and your own career and the stuff that you focus on, and you have your own skills. But that's why I'm here. So you listen to Papa Swole, he'll tell you to go do some yoga. You tune in here, and I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what to do. I will order you to do some fucking yoga. I will order you. You have to. You'll have to. Lisa, I always watch what I wear to the gym. No pastels or snug workout clothes. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. I'll knock the pastel stuff, but if you got a nice booty and you want to show it off, come on. It's up to you. Do it. Flaunt what you worked for. Flaunt what your mama gave you. Do whatever you got to do to get by. But I don't know. I never understood the pastel things. Who wants to wear a bodysuit to the gym? What the fuck is this? You know, the first and last time anyone should have worn a bodysuit was like Eddie Murphy in Delirious or Raw, just fucking like leather jumpsuit. That's the last time people should have worn. Last time, him, Michael Jack, only a few people that can get away with that shit. That's just weird. You don't need to wear an outfit. Why are you wearing a uniform to the gym? It's not even those chicks. I've done a DWG in the past on YouTube. It's like the guys that wear matching everything. It's like a lime green hat and a lime green striped shirt. They went and they just got the Under Armour whole uniform. What team you playing for, bro? I don't mean that. Well, I mean that there's a double-edged sword with that one. Pun intended. Like, what are you trying to do? Go do work. Go do work. I like to wear the shittiest fucking stuff to the gym. It fascinates me when people wear expensive clothing. You wear Lululemon, you wear all these things. You spend so much money on the actual outfit. Now, I understand if you're spending money on a weightlifting belt or the gear, but the outfit, it's like, man, I go to the gym. I'm fully aware that I might just destroy whatever I'm wearing. I like wearing old shirts. I like wearing things that are going to get destroyed because if I'm rubbing metal against it, and it gets ruined, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to go and take nice things there. I don't know. Little rant to start the day. Nothing wrong with that. Awesome. Totally listening to the audio experience. The audio experience. Welcome to the Swolenormous audio experience. Yes. Live in time for my 45-minute ride home after a 16-hour shift. Woo, I'll keep you awake, bruh. I'll keep you awake. After breaking my neck and back, yoga changed my life. I feel better than before. How fucking amazing is that? You feel better than you did before you broke your back and your fucking neck, dude. That's phenomenal. Andre, I love the DWG on the unicorns. Giggled like I was a little boy again. DWG is just depraved. Just pure depravity. Depravity and insanity. Let's see. I want to hear about this crane crushing. Long story short, I'm a crane mechanic and was working underneath one. Oh, God. It crushed me and ran me over. Oh, goodness. I have pictures of me in the hospital that would turn your stomach. I'm going to take a pass on that, a hard pass. But, dude, the fact that you're alive is fucking amazing. Damn. I have a habit of wearing Legend of Zelda shirts to the gym, training to save the princess. Good luck with that, man. Bowser's a bitch. He's just cranky, man. Bowser is the embodiment of someone who's just really, really hangry. I'm gonna fucking kidnap this bitch. He's just hungry. You just throw some bacon at Bowser, he'll be fine. Be like, oh, here, take her. No bacon. No bacon. There's zero bacon in Mario Brothers. Wonder why I'm so upset. Love the new YouTube drop this morning. I get so tired of other trainers that I know are trying to one up each other on IG. Yeah, there's that's what the video was about. And it wasn't anything against Bradley Martin. Like I said, I have nothing against him. I think he seems like a cool guy from what I've seen from the limited content that I've seen of his. He's been around for a while, but it's just a concept. It's a good message, I feel. And it's because everyone's trying to make a name for themselves. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Ganon. What the fuck am I talking about? Mario. Holy shit. Legend of Zelda. I went to Mario Brothers. Yeah, sorry, I butchered that. I apologize. The fuck. I remember. I'll bring this back. Remember? Remember there was at level 8 or 9? You just hear him groaning through the castle. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? He's probably 1,000 pounds. Like, he just can't breathe. He's so fat he can't fucking breathe. Oh, Ganon. That's right. Legend of Zelda. You got to get the triangle. The power ring. The old school. Yeah. Anyway, so a lot of fitness people, and we'll get into today's topic shortly, all the fitness people that are trying to break into the industry. Now everyone's trying to get up. Everyone's trying to get in. Everyone's trying to put their 2 cents in. Everyone's a trainer. Everyone's a fitness pro. It's not even just that. It's not even just the fitness industry. It's everyone trying to get attention now. Everyone realizes the value in having a following. Everyone realizes, oh, shoot, I want to do this. I want to do that. And there's a lot of noise. You can cut through that noise if you make good enough content. However, what do people normally try to do? They try to be more shocking. They try to outdo. They're not being authentic to themselves and to what their strengths are. They're trying to copy and mimic what other people are doing. So it's like, okay, what's the next trick I can do? What's the next ridiculous thing I can do? Can I do this on one leg? Can I do this upside down? Can I do this on top of a tire? Can I do this on top of a truck? Can I do this from the top of a building? Oh shit, I'm dead. Or break your neck. And we have a bunch of people in the comments over there on the YouTube video saying how they were cheerleaders and they actually had a girl that broke her neck and was paralyzed, or she fell off and she broke her arm or something like that. A couple people that were talking about that, because the video, you'll see if you go watch the YouTube video, she's trying to do a pistol squat. It's a funky one. So a single leg squat / pistol squat I can't even explain it, on top of his shoulders while he's doing a front squat with a bar. And I know he's strong and I know she's athletic, but it doesn't matter. It's just people are going to see that. And there's a subtle undertone of, okay, what can I do next to get attention? What can I do next to get 1 million views? What can I do next to get 2 million views? What can I do? And everyone else that's watching this, for every video that you see, for every act that you see, if you type it in to the Google search or on YouTube, YouTube, Google, same thing. But if you type in the search, you'll find a lot of people that are mimicking this. You'll see a lot of people doing those lifts with the bar, like a bench, and they'll have, girls or people hanging on the sides of them. And I don't know if you've ever done an unstable bench like that. You've ever used one of those bamboo bars or one of those unstable bars with bands and shit. It's extremely unstable. And when you're a human being or you have a human being on it, it's unstable. And all you need is like one little tiny tweak with that much resistance. And there goes your fucking rotator cuff. There goes, you just blow out your shoulder. And is it really worth it? Is it worth hurting yourself over for some views? And unfortunately, for a lot of people, it is. They try to do that, or they don't really think it through. They don't think of the consequences. And I train for a reason. I train for strength. I train for longevity. I train for mobility. I train to look good. However, I also train my brain to not do dumb shit. I don't put myself in unnecessarily risky positions because I understand the potential. Now, some people just love risk. Some people love to do activities that are higher risk, and I understand that. However, my body, what I do physically is my career, is what I like to do. If I like to paint pictures, all right, then I can do that from a freaking wheelchair if I had to. So maybe if I liked adventures and hiking and all this stuff and I like to paint pictures, that's one thing. But if I'm going to do a high risk activity, it puts what my passion is at risk. And there's enough risk when you go to the gym. There's enough risk when you just go and lift weights. Think about that. We assume that it's so controlled, and it can be controlled if you do it right. But putting yourself under all this duress and strain and all this external force, it's a lot of risk straight up. It's a lot of risk just by itself. So that's something to think about. It's just a lot of risk as is. No joke. Yeah. But it's still impressive. And that's what I said in the video. There's nothing about it that's not impressive. And that's not the point. The point is you're going to have a lot of people that shouldn't be comparing themselves to that and trying to achieve something like that. You have to gamble to win. That's also true. And look, who can argue that? Because you say, oh shit, but he's got tons of views. What do you have? Well, I'm not injured. I don't fucking hurt myself. And who knows what happens behind the scenes, how banged up. It's just, I don't know. It's not wise in my opinion. However, that's his thing. That's what he does. And nothing wrong with it per se. But most people are fucking stupid. That's the other thing. People are fucking dumb. If you show that to a rational person, they'd be like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. And they go on with their life. Most people aren't rational. You have 7.5 billion people. There are a lot of people that are just, oh my God, I want to get views. I want to do that. And it's not on Bradley. It's going to be on the fucking jabroni that tries to copy that. But still, it's this underlying theme of what can I do next to get attention? What can I do next? What can I one up? What can I do next? What can I do next? What can I do that's going to get more attention? What can I do? I think if I want the Daily Swole, if I want my content to really, really pop off, I got to hang dong or something. I got to slip a nut in one of my videos, show like an ab exercise, my shorts roll up and just a ball sack just kind of like leaks out the side. Holy shit, Papa Swolio slip nut. It'll be on TMZ and, the Papa Swolio nut scandal. Either that or I'll lose a lot of followers and go to prison or something. Anyway, that being said, let's get into today's episode. Episode 1083, Cravings versus Hunger. So this goes just along with yesterday's episode, yesterday's podcast that I posted on the audio experience. It was Nutrition Firestorm. How many of you listened to that one already? How many of you listened to Nutrition Firestorm already? That one was a rant in the car after I got my pump on, after I went to the store. And I wanted to convey that here in a little bit more of just more context because not everyone's subscribed over there yet. So the cravings versus hunger thing, I posted about this on Facebook and Instagram today, that cravings are from habit. You're creating these cravings from habit. Craving is not hunger. Craving is not hunger. Craving is something that you want, right? That's like a surface. That's kind of like motivation. It's a surface emotion. It's an impulse. Hunger is a real like guttural feeling. It's real. It's in your DNA. Hunger is what your body actually responds. That's what you need. You need to satisfy hunger. If you are hungry, if you need energy, you need calories, that's hunger. Cravings is a component of that, but from an evolutionary standpoint, there was no craving when you were, like, say, 5,000 years ago. There's no craving. You were hungry or you weren't hungry. And even if you were hungry, it was kind of like, well, you don't have any fucking food, so tough shit. You had to compartmentalize it and go get food. You had to go hunt and you had to go gather it. Cravings, that was the post. Cravings are for an evolutionary need, right? Not for Oreos. A craving for Oreos is a habit. Why do you have a craving? What do you think about that? Why do you have a craving? I'm just using Oreos is the first thing that popped into my mind when I made the tweet. What is the reason for craving an Oreo? Oreos don't exist. Oreos do not exist. They're not real. They are made. You cannot find an Oreo in nature. It's created like an art project, right? Like an art project, it's created in a lab and created in a factory, and it's just concentrated garbage and chemicals and artificial things that are put together in a lab and in a factory that end up looking like this, and they call it Oreo. Okay, why do you have a craving for that? You have a craving for it because you've had one before. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a craving for it. You'd look at it like, what the fuck is this thing? What is this like little shit circle that I'm looking at? It's like a jizz cookie. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? You don't have a craving. You don't have an inherent desire for that. If you show that to some indigenous tribe, and of those are far and few between that have never seen one, they'll be like, I don't know why they sound like a fucking alien / African tribe. However, they'd be clucking around looking at that. What the fuck is that thing? What the fuck is this? They probably throw it, or they throw it on the ground and see if it broke. Their first impulse wouldn't be to put it in their mouth and chew on it. It would look weird. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The reason why you have these cravings for it afterwards, and I'm not basing this on like hard fucking research and science, it's common sense. It's fucking common sense. Once you eat it, you get this injection of processed sugar that just literally, aside from an IV, aside from intravenously injecting just fucking pure glucose into your bloodstream, just fucking mainlining high fructose corn syrup, aside from that, I don't recommend that, by the way. Aside from that, that is probably the fastest way you'll get sugar into your system. You're eating some kind of processed shit like that. You eat it and all of a sudden, boom, your brain says, what the fuck? Glucose overload. Think about how much you would have to eat or what you would have to find in the wild to match like the concentration of sugar in an Oreo. Maybe a mango. You'd find a mango and you'd go and you'd fucking eat that shit. However, a mango would attract your eyes. A mango is bright red and green for a reason, and yellow when they get ripe. Why do you think they're red and yellow? It attracts the eyes. It lets us know, oh, those things are good for us to eat. You should try this. When they're green, we just see it as leaves and stuff. We wouldn't go eat it, which is good because usually when they're green, they're not really ready yet. You want them to be a lighter color, right? It has some yellow and red, and I know there's different kinds, and I'm sure there's different situations for that, but when you look at an Oreo, there's nothing attractive about it. There's nothing aside from the response. The response is from that just sugar injection. Then, in the future, the next time you see one of those black little shit cum cookies, what do you have? You have this impulse like, ooh, I want that. Because your brain associates that shit cum cookie with the feeling and that rush of sugar. So then you have that craving. You're not hungry. You don't need that. You don't really want that. Your brain just says, ooh, that's good. We need that because it gave you a fucking hit. It gave you that dopamine release. It gave you that tingle on your tongue taint. And it gave you that fucking like, I want more of this. And then you end up thinking you like Oreos. Oh, I love Oreos. And you start having all these cravings for this inanimate object. It doesn't decay. It just gets soggy. Have you ever seen those elementary school experiments where they put McDonald's under a glass dome and they leave it for months and it never changes? It looks exactly the same as it did when they first bought it. It's because it's artificial. It's full of stabilizers. It's full of fake things and fake products, and it's artificial. It doesn't decay. You're not going to want to eat it in 6 months, but it doesn't get old. You're getting the same release in your brain from hard drugs. It is an addiction. And when you look at the actual package, what attracts us? So not only that, not only the Oreos, we associate them after we've had them, we associate them with that sugar rush. What makes you go and pick them up in the supermarket? Ever find it strange how these brown and black things in the supermarket have packages that are yellow, that are red, that are orange, that are bright, that attract you? It makes it look like fruit. It stands out. It stands out looking like ripe fruit on the shelf. Why are Fig Newtons yellow packages? Why do you see Chips Ahoy and it's in a yellow package? Why do you see Chips Ahoy and Oreos and it's in a red package? Why is everything red, yellow, orange? Why? Why is it red? Why do you have a package that's bright fucking yellow, red, and orange, and then you open it up and it's this brown fucking shit cookie? Why? Why does it look like something bright and exciting, and then you open up and it's just brown, like black Oreo? It's a black and white fucking cookie. Now they can add all this dye to it and all that stuff, but at its foundation, right? Vanilla wafers, it's like a brown, nasty piece of shit, yet it's in a bright yellow box. I walk down the cookie aisle. I walk down that shit, and everything, if you blur your eyes and just look, it's just bright colors all the way down. Why do you think it's all these bright colors? Because if you put the cookie aisle and every package was brown, black, no one would buy that shit. I shouldn't say that. People would, you might buy it once you've had it before, but if you look down that aisle, if you didn't know what it was, if you didn't know that was cookies, if you just looked down the aisle, you saw brown, black, and you're like, what the fuck is that? You wouldn't want it. You'd be less attracted to it. If they made the color of the packaging the same as the way the cookie looked, their sales would plummet. Of course, people that were addicted would still buy it anyway, but sales would plummet overall, just because more people would be turned off by that packaging. They spend as much time as they would spend on making the product taste and get you addicted to it. They spend equally, if not more time getting the packaging so you would buy that over another brand. And each of these brands are just competing. And reminder, these foods are in sealed packages that will be good on the shelf for 2 fucking years. Anything that's good for you does not stay good in general for that long. Of course, there's different situations, whether it's a food in a can or a container, but you get what I'm saying. If it's a real fucking food, there's an expiration date that isn't 2022. For reference, when you're listening to this podcast, if you're listening to this podcast in 2022, we're in 2019. So it's pretty far into the future, according to this podcast. The date of recording. How fucking obvious is it? You don't need an Oreo. You're not hungry. Oh, I need an Oreo. I have a craving. So what? You don't have a craving. You have a habit that you're trying to fix. You have an addiction. It's a habit. You're having a craving because you have a habit of going and buying that, and then you get your kick. If you think of this food, literally, when you look down that aisle and you think that's the drug aisle, that's the drug aisle. They should put all those candies and all that stuff in the fucking pharmacy. You should have a prescription. You should need a prescription to buy that shit. It's chemical garbage. It's chemical garbage. If that was called the drug aisle and you think of that every time you walk by, that's the drug aisle. That's for addicts. That's the drug aisle. You walk by it, oh shit. And you're going to hear online everyone that likes to jerk themselves off while saying, if it fits your macros, and they're busting nuts, you can swallow as much cum as you want. It's not going to make you healthy. It's not good. Well, unless it's real. It's not going to make you healthy. It's not. You're just tricking yourself. You're tricking yourself into thinking that if it fits this little paradigm, if it fits inside this circle, that it's good for you. That's not what, that's the same way. Fitting your macros is the same way as if it fits your mouth. What's the difference between if it fits your macros and if it fits your mouth? Tell me what the difference is. I'll wait. What's the difference? What's the difference between if it fits your macros and if it fits your mouth? Because if it fits this box of, okay, this much of this and this much of this, oh, then I can eat it. Just because it can go inside this circle in your face doesn't mean you should put it in there. That's what I say about dirty dicks. Just say no. You don't have to have a dirty dick. Respect yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2019. You can respect yourself. No dicks for me. I appreciate the offer, but to each their own. None of my business. But hell, this is a Daily Swole. I'll make it my business if I want to. But you know what I'm saying? Just because it goes in, just because it fits doesn't mean that you should put it in. Oh, there's your nutrition right there. Why is it so synonymous with sex? Just because it fits doesn't mean you should put it in. I think that's something that everyone can understand. Just because it goes in the hole doesn't mean you should put it in. When you think about your nutrition like that, it makes it like, oh, fuck, well, that makes sense. You got to talk about sex to make it relatable to people. Oh, now I get it. I shouldn't just shove everything in my fucking face hole. Oh, now I get it. Now it all makes sense. You need a PhD in nutrition to not be a fucking moron? No, you have to have some common sense. Anyone that's telling you otherwise, a lot of people online will point to me and probably be like, call me a diet Nazi or something. Oh, he's so strict. Oh, you have to cheat sometimes. You have to... No, number one, no, you don't. And what does cheating mean? If you're eating real food, you're not cheating. You're eating your food. You're eating your fuel. And I think if someone doesn't watch my content and really absorb, or they're not part of Swolenormous X, or they don't see what I eat and they don't really engage with my content, they just see one post. You're so fucking strict. You can't be so extreme, man. I'm not extreme. I eat grass-fed beef. I eat sweet potatoes. I have my vegetables, salads. I eat tons of fucking things like olives. I have butter. I have frozen fruit. I love my berries. I love bacon. I get my heritage bacon. I mean, I eat a lot of great food. I don't need other shit. I think most people that have cravings and they can't handle it, it's because they're not getting enough good fats. If you're eating high quality fats, and drop it in the comments below if you're one of those people that consumes higher levels of fat but quality fat, I don't have fucking cravings. It's so satisfying. And if you're focusing on hunger and giving your body fuel, what else do you want? I eat, I'm full. I go on with my life. I eat my food and I go on with my day. I don't overeat. I don't stuff myself silly. If I do, let's say I did, for whatever reason, go over my caloric value. Let's say I did have a cheat, or I snacked, or let's say I had, a dessert. What do I have when I have a dessert? Frozen blueberries and raspberries and blackberries with some coconut oil on it. Maybe some 85% dark chocolate, sprinkled on it. Okay, so a little bit extra of that. I'm not going to gain a shit ton of fat. I'm exercising. I'm doing yoga. I'm eating real foods. I'm taking care of my body. If you go over your caloric limit, let's say you're trying to maintain your weight or whatever, and you go over it once in a while, it's not going to be that frequently, because guess what? When you're eating real food and you get towards your caloric limit or what your body needs to maintain for that day, you are more often going to just feel full and not feel like eating rather than overeating. That's why I don't count my calories. I don't micromanage my food. I don't weigh shit. Why? Why fucking weigh things? Why are you measuring things? That's not natural. That's not normal. If it was normal, you would be born with a calculator in your hand when you came out of the fucking mom puss. My father used an abacus when he was in school. And that was like in the fucking 60s? They didn't have calculators. How did people calculate their macros before that? Oh my God. When was the first calculator made? The first personal calculator, and I'm talking about at scale, not like NASA had a calculator in the 70s. I'm talking about a real calculator that people had to go to school. When was that ubiquitous? Probably the 80s, right? The basic ones, right? I would say probably the 80s, something like that, where people had calculators that were affordable. You would take a basic calculator. How did people calculate their macros? How did people measure caloric intake before calculators? Just because we have this technology now doesn't mean we fucking need it to tell us when. I don't need an app. I don't need MyFitnessPal to tell me you should eat a little bit more. Fuck you. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat, bitch. I'm full. I don't want any more, but you still need 10 more grams of carbs. Fuck you. You don't know me. App. MyFitnessPal. Fuck you. You're not my pal. You're making people micromanage their shit. You don't have to keep a list of what you fucking eat. If you eat the right shit, you don't have to count shit. And again, to clarify, this doesn't mean that calories don't exist. It doesn't mean that energy balance doesn't exist. But I am telling you, for 99% of the population, if you're eating and pursuing the optimal foods for your body, if you're interested in pursuing that and you're testing, you're trying different foods, seeing what works best for you, and you're sticking to real fucking food, you're not going to overeat because you're going to be full. You're going to be full. You're not going to be hungry anymore. Pair that up with consistent exercise, meditation, yoga, and doing that consistently, you are going to consistently feel better. And guess what? You're going to consistently make progress, and you're going to consistently be consistent because you like that feeling. And that's your new addiction. But it's not an addiction. It's what your body was designed for. It's how we evolved. We evolved to be mobile. Nothing in the body is ever still. Even when you're sitting still, the blood's moving. Everything's always in motion. You have to be in motion. You have to be sitting down, standing up, squatting, getting down, getting back up. Anytime you restrict the body by don't eat these foods. Don't eat foods that you need, right? Or you're restricting your calories and you're micromanaging shit, or you're sitting in a chair. Anytime you're just locked in place, people just want to break out, right? You have really strict parents. Don't go out there. No, you can't go out. Be home at 6 o'clock. You want to lash out. You want to do crazy shit. So then kids go and get in trouble because they're rebelling. Same thing with the body. Don't restrict it. Don't put your body in starvation mode. You don't need to be in starvation mode. When you're in starvation mode, when you're extremely restricting calories, your body goes into this evolutionary protective mechanism. It's called starvation mode casually. We'll just call it starvation mode, where your body locks shit down, changes the chemical signals, the hormones, changes that balance to restrict and hold on to as much energy, as many calories as possible, so it can survive the long night. Right? If you're not getting enough calories, if you're eating 1,000 calories a day, your body thinks it's going to die. Your body thinks it's starving. There's no food available. There's a famine. We need to survive. So your body's going to do everything it can to survive. It's going to get rid of muscle tissue. It's going to hold on to fat. It's going to hold on to and one of the reasons why it'll hold on to fat over sugar, is because you'll get more calories per gram of fat, right? You'll have more energy storage. Your body likes to store fat. It likes to. It's trying to. So if you go into these extremes, it's not a good thing. Your body is going to just try to survive no matter what. But if you're restricting your intake, not a good look. Not a good look. And the technology that we're getting when it comes to checking out your DNA and seeing where you're going to be, what will be an optimal way to pursue your diet, it's just trial and error. It's still trial and error. You might like a high-fat diet. You might not like a high-fat diet. You have to try, okay? Doing an elimination, cutting out some of these processed foods, all processed foods, and cutting out a lot of these major food groups that you might think are so necessary. They're not necessary. They were marketed. Milk marketed for 100 fucking years. One of the best marketing campaigns. Milk, it does the body good. No, it doesn't. Your processed fucking shit milk pumped with hormones. Your sugar water, your white sugar water does not do the body good. No, it's not good for calcium. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. There are all these different marketing campaigns. Marketing. The food pyramid. Marketing. Government marketing. You don't have to believe that shit anymore. Figure it out for yourself. Take some stock. Take some interest. If you want to be lazy and just follow someone else's plan or follow some other dogma, you're going to probably hit your head against a wall and not get optimal results. If you're actually curious and you want the best for your body, you'll do an elimination. You'll take the time. You'll pay attention. You'll try things. You'll eliminate things. You'll add something else. You'll find out what works best for your body, and then you'll be fine, because what works best for your body is not about weight loss. It's not about weight gain. It's about being satisfied in all aspects. When I eat my food, I'm not counting. I'm not measuring. I'm not craving. I feel fucking phenomenal. And the only reason I'm saying that is not to brag. I want that for you. And it's totally possible. I used to eat a lot of those fucking garbage foods. I used to take supplements. I used to eat Sour Patch Kids, and that used to be my thing. I just don't need them. I have no interest in them anymore. I see them for what they are more than I ever have before. I was just in denial, and I get it. You're lying to yourself. You lie to yourself and make yourself believe, oh, well, I'm exercising. I can get away with it. Oh, I can eat that. You have a sweet craving? Eat a piece of fucking fruit. Your taste buds are blown out of the water. You're getting overstimulated. You have to reset. And it's normal to have these urges and these habits and these cravings when you start cutting these foods out. You know why? It's withdrawal. You understand that when it comes to cigarette smoking and alcohol and drug use. All of a sudden when it comes to food, why am I having so many cravings? Because you've been a drug addict for 40 fucking years. What do you think is going to happen? Your body has found a new balance with the drugs in your system, and now all of a sudden, 3 weeks in, you're cutting them out. But I have so many cravings, I just can't help myself. Because you're an addict. You're addicted. You're physiologically addicted. The chemicals in your body are fucking your head up, and your habit of shoving stuff into your fucking face hole is bringing you back, and it keeps kicking you off the wagon. I just want you to know that no one's perfect, but that doesn't mean that it's not an excuse. I think that one cheat meal, it's like, okay, I'll just take one bump of Coke a week. All right? Just one hit of crystal meth a week and I'll be fine. One cheat meal, right? Just one round of heroin. I don't even know what you call it. One hit. I don't even know what you call heroin. Think about that. How good is that for a drug addict? You'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're an alcoholic? Oh, just one drink a week. Oh yeah, that's going to go real well. Just one drink a week. Just one. What do you think? What do you think that is? How ridiculous does that sound when you talk about a drug? Alcohol is a drug. It's legal. So is food. Okay? Marijuana is illegal. Ironically, the fucking one thing that has more benefits than harm. The one fucking thing that has more benefits than any kind of harm, and that's the one that's illegal, right? Alcohol is legal, and that's fucking brutal for people. Food is legal, and we're talking all food. I'm not talking about real food. I'm talking about this artificial food, fake food, things that your body can chew, and it gives you this illusion of digestion, but it's fucking up your gut. It's fucking up your system. It's not real. You wouldn't eat. Let's see what I have here. Oh, look, a tissue. I wonder where'd this come from. Either I was wiping up coffee or it was after I rubbed one out. I forget. But anyway, this tissue, what if I ate it right now? What if I just ate it? Oh, I'm going to eat this. Just because I might be able to chew it and digest it. I mean, I probably can't digest it, but just because I can swallow it doesn't mean I should put it in my mouth. What's the difference between this tissue and an Oreo cookie? They're both fucking made in a factory. They're both made. They're not anything close to being real. And this doesn't mean that you can't create foods, but that's what a recipe is. Ooh, you take this zucchini, you take this, and over here, and you take these two things, you cook them, and then you put them together. Oh my God, so fantastic. That's a recipe. You don't need ingredients in the food itself. You take the actual foods, the mango, the pineapple, the beef, the fucking chicken, the fish, the potatoes. You take the food and then you put them together with spices and different things and you make something. It's called a recipe. They exist. But I don't know what to eat. But how do I make this taste? I'm so tired of the flavor. Then put some fucking pepper on it, bro. Everyone, I'm so tired of the bland food because you're not eating the right food. If you're eating high quality fats and stuff, my goodness, the flavor that you get from real food is absurd. Get some Celtic sea salt, put some salt and pepper on it. It's done. Put a little garlic powder. It's done. Done. Fucking done. Dunzo Bonunzo. The reason why you have all those cravings for the flavor, it's because you've been fucking your face with these nuclear flavor bombs for decades. It's artificial. It's tricking your body into getting numb to actual food, to actual flavor. Those artificial foods and candy and all that shit and Oreos, that's not real flavor. That's fake flavor. There's literal chemicals that they put in this food that will hit certain taste buds on your tongue. It's science. They know how to do it to a T. It hits that certain response. It makes you have that flavor. Your brain interprets that trigger on your tongue. Oh man, it's sweet. Or oh man, it's a little bit salty and sweet. Let me keep on eating until I fucking pass out. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. If you want to live in fucking denial, that's up to you. My job or my passion, my mission, my purpose is to make it my purpose is to get into your fucking eye window. I'm trying to get in front of your face with this square, right? And give you some of this information. All right? I want to get your attention so I can tell you some of this shit, and then you can go on with your life normally, but in the back of your head, it's going to grow like a weed. Right? It's going to grow like a beard in the back of your brain. And then over time, whether it's a day or a month or maybe a year, some of you have been listening and follow me for a long time before you actually took action. That's fine. Whatever. Everyone's got their own journey. The sooner the better. But then you realize when you look and see what other people are doing, you look at the food and you think about it and you just process it. This is unraveling decades of what you're used to. So not a lot of people are saying what I'm saying. You have people that talk about eating real food, 80-20. Well, if you eat healthy 80% of the time, 20% you could be a fat fuck. I don't agree with that. 20%? What kind of results have you ever gotten by giving something 80%? Exactly. And you'll get 80% health. And you know for a fact, if you shoot for 100%, you'll probably get 90. So if you shoot for 80, you'll get 50. Okay, you put in bullshit effort, you're going to get bullshit results. So take it for what it's worth, but hopefully it gets you thinking a little bit differently and that you're in control. Again, this is what we always come back to. You are in control. You have the choice. You can make the decisions. You are here and you have the ability. You're a grown-ass man or woman. You can make these choices. What choices are you going to make? If you listen to this episode and then go eat and you're like, I'm going to fucking eat some Oreos. Go fucking eat some Oreos. By all means. It doesn't give me diabetes. All right? It doesn't make me feel like shit. It doesn't inject my body full of processed garbage. So by all means, go for it. All I'm doing or all I'm trying to do is help you think a little bit differently that you're not out of control. It's not confusing. What should I do? There's so many ideas. Oh, the people say so many different things. People are fucking dumb. People are goddamn sheep. People say a lot of different things because a lot of people will listen to a lot of different things. And when there's a lot of confusion, they can keep you fucking confused and in your line. That's what a lot of this shit is. That's what the news is. That's what all this bullshit with nutrition. If you're confused and supplementation, if you're confused enough, you won't do anything about it. If you're confused enough, you'll just follow what everyone else does. You'll follow the marketing. You'll follow the bouncing ball. All they got to do is create confusion. And it's not like one person's up there pulling strings like, haha, confuse them about supplements. Confuse them about the Oreos. It's the system that's created. It's a system that's built around marketing. It's built around this whole, right, what's good or bad and what people want to accomplish in terms of business and what takes priority, the numbers and blah, 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 blah. Your health isn't in anyone's fucking best interest. It's not. Your health is not in anyone's best interest. I mean, in my best interest, but not after my health. My health is number one. My health is my own. But your health, my point is your health has to be in your best interest. You're the only one that could and should ever give a fuck about your own health. If you don't care, then you don't care. You're the one that has to deal with the consequences. You're the one that's going to deal with the effects of your choices. And if you don't want to make these choices, then don't. But at least you have been exposed to this information for this concept. And I encourage you to take it seriously. And I encourage you to take it seriously today, not tomorrow, not next week, because the compounded effect of all those decisions you've been making for decades, the results are coming. The results are coming. There's a reason why classically everyone in their 40s and 50s, oh, I'm just getting old. I'm just getting old. Not really. your body is just finally decaying after 30 or 40 years of getting absolutely fucking face raped by all these foods. That is my opinion. That's my experience. And I think by all standards, that's some straight up fucking common sense. So wake the fuck up, right? Thank you, everyone, for joining me for episode 1083 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Go subscribe to YouTube, check out the latest drop, and make sure you follow me everywhere. Swolenormous audio experience available anywhere you like to get your ear holes raped by my content. And I'll see everyone tomorrow for episode 1084 of the Most Muscular Swolecast in the realm. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Out.